Hello friends, all are welcome to the Aviation YouTube channel. Today I am sharing about fuel dumping. Friends, did you ever heard about a fuel dumping or dump and burn? Let's check it out. Fuel dumping. Fuel dumping or fuel jettison is a procedure used by aircraft in certain emergency situations before returning to airport shortly after takeoff or before landing short of intended destination. It's called emergency landing to reduce the aircraft weight. The fuel dumping depends on its aircraft weight and types of aircraft and area and flight level and dumping rate. Let's check the first weight issue. Weight issue. The aircraft have two major types of weight limit. The maximum takeoff weight and minimum structural landing weight. Within the maximum structural landing weight almost always being the lower of the two. It's allow an aircraft on a normal routine flight to take off at a high weight, consume fuel en route and arrive at a lower weight. It's a abnormal non-routine flight where landing weight can be problem. If a flight takes off at a time at the maximum takeoff weight and then just must land then all before its destination, even returning immediately after takeoff to the departing airport, for example, because of a mechanical problem or a passenger medical problem, it will contain more fuel than as intended for landing. If an aircraft land at more than its maximum allowable weight, it might suffer structural damage or even break apart on landing. Since most twin jet engine airlines can meet this requirement. Most aircraft of this type such as Boeing 737 and DC-9 MT-80, Boeing 717, the A320 family, the various regional jet aircraft do not have fuel dump system installed. In the event of emergency requirement to a return to the departure airport, the aircraft circle nearby in order to consume fuel to get down to within the maximum structural landing weight limit, or the situation demands simply land overweight without delay. Modern aircraft are designed with the possible way overweight landing in mind, but this is not done except in case of emergency and various maintenance inspection and required afterwards. Long-range twin jets such as Boeing 767, the aircraft A300, A310, A330 may or may not have fuel dump system, depending upon how the aircraft has ordered. Since on some aircraft there will customer option 3 or 4 engine jets like the Lockheed L1011, McDonnell Dockers DC-10, MG-11, Boeing 747, Airbus A340 usually have difficulty meeting requirement of FAR-25, 190 near maximum structural takeoff weight. Most of those have the Jetson J system. A Boeing 757 has no fuel dumping capability and its maximum landing weight is similar to maximum takeoff weight. Friends, do you know there are a separate area and a flight level for the fuel dumping operation? Fuel dumping operations are coordinated with air traffic control and precautions are taken to keep other aircraft clear for such areas. Fuel dumping is usually accomplished at high enough altitude, minimum 6,000 feet AGL, where the fuel will be dissipated before reaching the ground. Fuel leaves the aircraft through a specific point on each wing, usually closer to the wingtips, and after further away from engines internally appear as more liquid than vapor. Specific areas have been designed at where the fuel dumping is allowed to avoid damage or harm where the fuel may drop. Generally speaking, this is the above seas or unpopulated area above land. In 2020, January 14, there was an incident in Los Angeles. The Delta airline flight 89 is example of fuel dumping. The flight dumped more than 10,000 gallons of fuel at a low altitude over populated area in Los Angeles, causing injuries to 56 people, including school children below. Friends, there are dump rates of the fuel dumping. It is difficult to quote specific dump rates even for specific types of aircraft, since the dumped fuel is not pumped but delivered by gravity feed so as to be more independent of electrical system, which might be unavailable in fuel dump scenario. This means the actual rate depends on the pressure extracted by the fuel ahead. The more fuel on board, the higher rate at which it flow out. This also means that the dump rate is constant but decrease while dumping because the fuel ahead its pressure decreases. As a fuel thumb for Boeing 747, pilots either quote dump rates ranging with 1-2 tons per minute. For reference, a thumb formula of dump time equal to dump weight by 2 plus 5 in minute. In 2009, an Airbus A340-300 returning to its airport of departure shortly after takeoff dumped 53 tons of fuel in 11 minutes. Friends, do you ever seen fire coming from engine side of a fighter jet? This is called a dump and burn. A dump and burn in a fuel is a fuel dump in which the fuel is internally using planes. Afterburner, a spectacular flame combined with high speed make it popular display for air show or as a final to fireworks. Dump and burn are also referred to as torching and or zip pops. The general dynamics F111 at works dump and burn is so powerful that it can set a runway on fire. As the flame burn rub for skid marker, the aircraft has been used for this purpose in Australia during the closing ceremony for the 2000 Summer Olympics until 2010 regularly at Brisbane's Rivers Fire and Australian Grand Prix. The F111 is ideally suited to the perform of the dump and burn maneuver, and its fuel dump nozzle is located between the engine exhausts. Did you ever face an fuel dumping situation? Please comment below. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, share, subscribe and please follow our Instagram page. Thank you.